Hello, my friends. We are live. This is Tremaine Hayho here. I'm live reporting from the Showstopper Museum. We just saw the movie Us, and we're going to be live reviewing it. If you guys give us a little bit of time, we got to adjust some of the camera settings, some of everything. Stay tuned, stay cool, be who you are. You guys are doing a great job. You guys are doing a stellar job. I am just going to adjust the camera settings. We saw the movie Us, and we're going to review the movie Us. And you guys will not be disappointed by this review. We will first talk about the movie without spoilers, without anything crazy. But then after a little while, we will talk about some spoilers. We will get into the nitty-gritty of the details. So, I just wanted to make sure. Oh, okay, I know what to do. I'm just adjusting the camera settings, guys. Guys, hang tight, okay? Just chill. We're gonna move these. You know, this is like all new to us, you know what I mean? And by us, I mean me. But we just saw the movie Us, which is all relevant to the whole story now, isn't it? All right, guys. Hello. Hi. We got a friend here. Hello. Talk to us. Talk to us in the chat. Say hi. We see the chat here. I'm going to raise the brightness on my phone because I can't really see anything. I'm going to turn off the Bluetooth because that does not need to be there. Hi. We have a friend here. Okay, this is going to be a lot of fun. We are just waiting on Sean, the showstopper Valentino. After he gets here, we're going to go into the nitty-gritty. We're going to go into the details. We're going to go into the movie Us. Was it good? Was it not good? Oh, speak of the devil, look who we have here. We have the intergalactic playboy, the man, the myth, the mystery, and the legend, Sean, the showstopper Valentino. Sean, the showstopper Valentino, welcome to the show. Welcome to the red carpet.
We ready to talk about the movie?
Yeah, let's talk about the movie.
It, yeah.
Where's my drink?
It's right there.
Right where?
On top of the popcorn.
So
it's like a movie theater here. We're on the red carpet right here. This is like a movie premiere. This is the ultimate movie premiere. Look at this background. Do you know what that background means? It means it's a party. It's the bachelor party.
The bachelor party. It's stuff that dreams are made of. And now we've got Sean, the showstopper Valentino here, star of the Bachelor Party movie. Hi, Sean. How are you?
How's it going, man? You ready
Cheers.
to talk about Us?
So we're gonna talk about Us, right?
Let's do it.
So they don't really care about us.
I mean, unfortunately, I didn't really care about Us that much either.
Oh!
That's how I'm gonna start it off.
Wow, he starts off guns blazing.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was a huge fan of Get Out. I thought it was
Same.
possibly the best movie of 2017.
True.
Spectacular Twilight Zone type film. So I had high expectations coming into this one.
Very
I
high.
Didn't know anything about it. I didn't even watch the trailer. So I literally came in blind to this movie.
Wow, you didn't even see a trailer?
didn't even see a trailer, no.
Okay, wow.
So I guess first comments, I'll start with the positive. I thought the pacing was really good. It was kind of paced like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. It had that Twilight Zone type vibe. I thought the acting was good all around. I thought that I liked the overall theme of the story. So I don't think we're gonna go into spoilers in this review. So
Well, we're gonna do first half non-spoilers,
Alright, cool.
second half spoilers.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it
Yeah.
at once. We're not gonna do this twice. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So as you said, I agree with you, Sean Valentino, the showstopper himself. The first 30 minutes of this movie are stellar. They are on par. They are just like, I am so on board with this movie. This movie is incredible. And I was hooked. Hook, line, and sinker. I could not wait for this film. I was so pumped because Get Out was an amazing film. I could not wait for this guy, Jordan Peele. I did see the trailer. I was pumped from the trailer. 30 minutes in, it was freaking stellar. Then after that, it just all kind of went downhill for me from there.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it went downhill. I was just never.
I would say that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't blame you. I was just never fully engaged in this movie. I mean,
So from the start, well, you were kind of.
yeah, I mean, I was tired for one thing, and I think
And
one of
drunk.
the things that hurt both of us. I think we saw a much better movie directly before this, so that was I think it was much more entertaining, which is ironic because. I mean, it was a Bollywood movie. A movie we didn't even understand the language. It shows the universality of movies is that sometimes you don't understand the language, but it's all about the theme and the characters and the larger-than-life stars that really make the movie. And that kind of hurt it for me, but that wasn't the reason I didn't like it. I mean, you got to take movies and look at them on their own. For me, this one didn't really click for me like Get Out did. I don't know about you, but.
Yeah, well, Get Out was stellar from the beginning.
I mean, Get
to
Out's
end.
a once-in-a-lifetime type movie, too, though. I mean, it's hard to... It's like comparing things to Michael Jackson's Thriller, you know?
Yeah, well, that's a pretty high statement. That's
No,
a
that's
pretty high
true.
statement to say that. I mean, I would say it's a like Get Out was a really stellar film. I wouldn't say that he's gonna just go downhill from that film.
No, I think he's gonna
Like,
do better.
I thought he's gonna do better, but the best way that I could describe it, we already talked about this before, was that how M. Night Shyamalan came out of the gate with his first movie, which was
Sixth
Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense blew box office records for PG-13 movies. It did really well. It was a stellar film. It was amazing. And then it came out with Unbreakable. Unbreakable was an amazing film. It was really cool. Wasn't as good. Didn't have as big of an impact as Sixth Sense. We're all talking about M. Night Shyamalan here, for example. But then on the third film, The Village, that's when he kind of just like, he started like kind of, it was still a good movie, but that's when he kind of started to dip. For me, this is Jordan Peele's Village versus his Unbreakable. This wasn't as nearly as good as Get Out. It was still a good movie, but it wasn't. It just like it didn't hit the points that I think it wanted to hit. That I thought that it wanted to hit too, or that I thought that it hit too. I think it thought that it was hitting all these points, but it was just like, all right, come on. It got to the point where it was dragging on. It dragged on about 30 minutes.
I totally agree, and I mean, and we talked to a lot of the people coming out of the theater also, and I think everyone was kind of on the same page with us that everyone wanted to be enthusiastic about the movie coming out, but I think everyone was kind of a little bit lukewarm, and I think they had the same feeling we did, that it was just not a spectacular movie and that didn't live up to expectations. So I know everyone that is going to watch it this weekend, they're going to go in with high expectations, but I don't think it's going to live up to the hype.
And that's the best way to put it, because I had very high expectations for this movie. Normally, I stopped having high expectations because I know I stopped having high expectations because I know that all they can do is just destroy me.
Yeah.
You know, if I have high expectations, all they can do is just fail me from there. But I have a lot of big faith in Jordan Peele and his abilities and his efforts. And there was a lot of hype around this movie, and it fell not only did it fall short, it fell pretty
significantly
short of what it
And then you have two different points of view, because I went in knowing nothing. He went in with high expectations, but I still had high expectations knowing nothing.
You had high expectations, but you were still skeptical though.
I was
because you were like I hope it's really good.
Yeah, exactly.
You kept saying that. To your credit.
Yeah.
I'll give you that credit, because I was doubting you. Because I'm like, well, what the fuck? Why are you even doubting this movie? Because like it's going to be freaking amazing. Like that was my view. But you're more jaded. You're a bit more skeptical about it.
Yeah.
But I should have been. But even so, I probably would have had the same outcome. Like it didn't really deliver on its promises. It was just like there was a point. It was about 30 minutes in. It was as soon as the family come in. Okay. We're getting to spoilers. Let's wrap up what we were gonna say without spoilers. I would say Us is it's a well-made film that does not exceed expectations.
Yeah.
I would give it a 2.5 out of 4, maybe 3 out of 5.
I totally agree. Yeah, I usually go on a 5-star scale. I'd say 3 stars out of 5.
3 stars out of 5. Hey,
that might be a little bit generous too.
That might be a little bit generous. Yeah. It's probably 2.5.
Yeah.
Let's say 2.5.
Yeah, I'd say 2.5.
Okay, 2.5 out of 5.
It was solid. I think that was everyone's reaction, right?
Not that it was solid, but it was like it maintained our interest throughout the whole time.
Yeah, that's
it
exactly.
wore out its welcome a bit by about 20 minutes. And so did this movie. Enough about our movie, The Bachelor Party. But anyway, it was a good movie. It wasn't a bad movie. let's say 2.75.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's about right. 2.75 out of 5. Right. So
Yeah,
so that's
I agree
a
with
what
that.
is that? 5.5 out of 10. What is that? Yeah, 5.5.
I'd say it's
out
a
of
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Yeah. So let's give it 3 out of 5.
Above average, I'd say.
It's above average, but it's still below.
It's worth watching.
It's worth watching, but it's not
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, exactly. That's the perfect description.
It's worth watching. It's good. It's a good film, but it's not
great.
great. Get Out was stellar.
Get Out was phenomenal.
Get Out was stellar. Was phenomenal. Like 5 out of 5. I would give like Get Out 5 out. No 4, no bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's 5 stars.
5 out of 5.
Definitely.
Like
without a doubt.
Yeah, without like, there's no question. It's a 5 out of 5 movie.
Yeah.
This one, it was like, ooh, like it's either 2.5 or it's like a 3. It's around that.
So you want to get into spoilers?
Okay, so let's get into spoilers.
Yeah.
So about 30 minutes in, there's a scene where the kid comes up and is like, there's a family in our driveway, which we do see in our trailer.
Yeah.
Which you didn't see in
I
the
didn't
trailer.
see the trailer, yeah.
And it's like, okay, like, all right, this is creepy. Now it's getting started. It kind of took a while to get started.
It was very slowly paced, but I don't mind.
I don't mind that either. Like, I don't mind that either. Like, I like that too. I like the build up, Hitchcock, the build. Like, which again, the first scene was amazingly done. Like it set the tone. It's in 1986. Shout out to 1986.
Yeah.
The year I was born. So
I think
it's kind of like the best year in the world.
The pacing and tone was fine. I don't think there's any problem with that. I think that was the highlight of the movie, was the pacing and the tone. But for me, the story never really clicked. I don't know about you, but it didn't. I wasn't engaged at any point in the movie.
Really, at any point. See,
no.
for me, I was engaged up until about 30 minutes when the other family.
Yeah.
It was when, at this point, we're at the spoiler again. We're at spoiler territory. So if you have not seen this movie, just stop this video.
Stop watching. Yeah.
But like this video and comment below. You know, tell us. You know, engage with us. But
yeah,
it was at this point when, okay, again, spoiler alert, when the girl, the wife, said,
Lupita,
"It was me. That was the shadow of the time." And it's like, all right, no, I checked out. It was at that point when I'm like, fuck. All right, this is, damn it. Like, no, I had such high expectations, and then she's saying that, and she's talking like that, and it's like, it's just like
trying too hard at that point.
It was trying really hard, and it's like, I was the shadow of you for too long, and then
it's the thing. Movies like
it's like, all right,
are better
guys,
when they're subtly done and when the message is delivered in a subtle method. So yeah, when it goes too over the top like that, I think
with the voice and the acting and like look, I'll say her mannerisms and her look, like she had the look, great, she had the mannerisms, she had everything. She's a great actress. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I'm not knocking on any of the actors because I thought the
acting was good.
Acting was stellar.
Yeah,
acting was really good throughout the whole thing.
The whole story.
Like the husband, he was really good. I was rooting for him. He was funny too. The son, you kind of relate. I relate to him a lot. You know,
he was solid.
He was solid. Like the daughter, she was cool. She was solid. You relate to her a lot. Like the wife, she was cool. She was solid again. But then it was like the shadow people, and they show up, and it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. It's like, all right, this is what that is. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. And then you want to, like, you suspend your belief when you're making a movie, because it's a Twilight Zone type movie, right? You suspend your belief. You suspend that, saying like, okay, well, this isn't really happening. This isn't real. You know, let's be. But like, I couldn't be scared. I wasn't really scared at any point. I wasn't scary
at all. No,
it was like
even
it was
creepy. Like
yeah,
was. You know
like well, like some of the faces were creepy. Like the girls were like.
But that's like, I mean, it's just trying.
But it's like,
hard.
But then it became comical at a point. It was like
unintentional comedy.
Right.
At that point.
Yeah, and
so was the movie.
Yeah, the movie too. Yeah. So it was like, but again, like the music was really good. It was really well shot. Yeah. It was well shot. Like it was well shot, well acted. I don't want to say like we're tearing into this movie.
I think that was the reason we gave it 2.5 stars, because it was well shot. I think some of the best parts were the drone shots, and I think both of us are big fans of the Santa Cruz area. So I don't know if any of you guys have been in Northern California. Santa Cruz is kind of a smaller town, but it has like a really cool kind of fair-like environment right on the beach. It's a lot of fun, surfers type town, and yeah, I thought it did a great job of showcasing that area.
Yeah, I love that.
That was my favorite.
That was my favorite part of that too. Yeah. And that was the thing. It's like I went with my buddy Chris Atkinson. Chris, I know you're watching this.
Shout out.
Love you, bro. Chris, I love you, dude. Chris lived in
Santa Cruz?
Santa Cruz for about a year. I visited him. We went to that amusement park. We went to that beach. We saw the Breakfast Club on the beach.
Oh, nice.
On that same beach where it was set. Like, it was really cool.
That's a really cool beach.
And that's the thing, is like, that's why it made it scary for me. I'm like, it takes
that's
a real location.
It takes a beautiful,
it's
like,
a real
fantastic setting. It makes it
setting.
creepy. Yeah.
And so, like, again, all the credit to them for doing that.
That's terrific.
All the credit. Like,
that's
is
like a
awesome.
classic Hitchcock trope too, right? To take like an idealistic small town and make it creepy. So
make it super creepy.
I think that's
awesome.
I mean, Jordan Peele obviously is definitely influenced by Twilight Zone, influenced by Hitchcock. So I thought
big time Hitchcock, big time Twilight Zone.
Yeah, as far as the tone and taking that type of thematic of taking like a very idealistic, beautiful, surreal town and making it creepy and scary. I thought that part was really, really well done.
It was really well done, and I was hoping for more of that. But then it became
wasn't
more of like them
enough,
and the family, and then one house. But then it became like everyone all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And again, we're in spoiler territory. So it was like it became their friends who like we'd meet their friends for like half a scene.
Yeah.
We meet their friends like they're half a scene. There's like the annoying wife.
Yeah.
There's the annoying wife who's like, yeah, I could have been a movie star. Man, it's like, okay, she's annoying.
Yeah,
the husband.
At that point, they lost
the husband,
me, yeah.
he's like, okay. By the way, Tim Heidecker, who is the Tim from the Tim and Eric show. You're probably a better writer than you are actor, bro. You're not a good actor. I'm sorry. I know people that work with you, but I thought you were good in the initial parts, but then when you were playing the evil version of yourself, it was like, all right, I checked out. It became really campy. It became
it was a little bit too campy. Overall, I think it was too campy for what I was trying to achieve.
It became too campy, and it was too much of a, it's like when I like suspend our belief, it's like, okay, and then the Martians came into town, and it's like,
it was too much overacting.
It's like,
I mean, a movie like this is better done subtly. I thought once it started getting the overacting, the ridiculous facial expressions, I think that's where it kind of totally lost me. Even though I still wasn't somewhat engaged the whole movie. At no point.
You said you were never engaged fully.
I was like never engaged fully, but I was never completely.
I
was never disconnected.
You were never awake fully during the film
never,
too. So
yeah,
sorry,
that didn't
guys.
help. I was a little bit tired.
I kept trying to wake him up,
yeah.
and we had a couple drinks.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can't blame him though.
Exactly. We definitely earned.
We did earn that one.
But overall, like I said, I mean, it's definitely. I think it's a movie definitely worth watching and making your own judgment on. It's definitely not a boring, useless movie that you should skip. It's a movie that's well made. That's worth watching.
It's better than most movies that are out there.
Absolutely,
right now.
It's better than most 95% of movies.
Yeah,
at least it was made
so
intelligently.
It was made intelligently. It was made all the shots are really
CGI. It was beautifully shot.
I want to talk about this, like the whole bunnies thing. They talk about it, and they're like, I shoot like the shot up was like, I ate rabbit flesh for the whole time while you ate delicious food and I ate rabbit. It's like, all right, and then they kept showing rabbits, and it was like, well, it became something where it was like, it was supposed to be like something in film school where oh, it's symbolic for something else.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, give me a break. You're just putting rabbits in because they're
contrived
kind of
symbolism,
creepy, and they rabbits got red eyes and stuff. And they kept
like putting a clown. It's too easy.
Yeah, it's like throwing the clown in the end of the scene. It's like, okay, well, that's creepy. There's a clown in the background. No, there's a rabbit, but there's no. You don't explain it. You don't talk about it, but you want people to talk about it. Like, I get what you're doing here, bro. But I understand.
At the same time, though, I think the good thing about it is this movie will definitely get a conversation going. It's like I said, like most movies these days, I think like these comic book movies and things like that, they don't even really generate.
People are like, oh, Thanos. Yeah. Oh, that was so terrible when he made half of the Avengers.
This is at least like an original story that's worth watching, and it's interesting. It's semi-engaging throughout, so definitely check it out.
It's at least semi-engaging, guys. So we're really selling this movie. It's semi-engaging. To me, the best way I can put it, it's an elongated version of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's a Twilight Zone.
So look, it's a Twilight Zone episode. You have to suspend.
What do you think? I mean, I think this story would have been better in a Twilight Zone type length. I think this would have been a great 30-minute.
Yes, amen. 100%.
Yeah.
100% with that. It would have been, I would say, 20, 30 minutes, and it's done. After 30 minutes, dude, I checked out. I was like,
this was not worth the other.
Dude, it's like 2.5. It was 2.5 hours.
It felt like 3.5 hours.
It felt like 3.5. It felt super long. And even though everything was well made and well acted, it felt super long, and it felt like. And we talked to people. We talked to a lot of high school kids.
We talked to a lot of people.
They were like, they had high hopes for it. Like, we were like, yeah, we liked it. And I'm like, do you feel like it dragged on? They're like, yeah, dude, it dragged on. Everyone said like, yeah. Everyone afterwards, like you said before, it was like, yeah, it was good. Like, it was like a lukewarm response where I was hoping, I was expecting it to be something like Get Out, where people were on the edge of the seat, like scared at the right moments and the right times. Again, it's not a failure for Jordan Peele. He made a good movie. You know,
it's like The Village.
It's like The Village, right? It's like The Village. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. And I see where he kind of contrived. He kind of cut corners too. And then he tried to connect everything. Like he started at the beginning where he's like, well, there's thousands of hundreds of miles of open tunnels under. Like, oh, okay, cool. Like we started off strong. And
that part really engaged me. That was probably the most engaging.
Yeah, that was super engaging. That was super engaging. Yeah. Like beginning for that to you're like, holy crap, how is this gonna connect? And then it does.
I don't think it ever really lived up to that.
Well, it did. And then this is ultimate spoilers. Yeah. So at the very end it was like there's crazy versions of the actual people. Then it's like all the crazy people are living below the earth. And then it's like, all right, so everyone's in an insane asylum, and there's like an insane asylum version. And then like the woman who was supposed to be, like, she wanders off as a little girl. Mm-hmm. What really happened was her shadow person took her place the whole time. And they're like, oh, we need her daughter back. But there wasn't enough character development for us to really feel that way.
Not at all.
It just jumped ahead, and then it was like by the time you realize that the shadow person who was actually the real person retook over her body. Mm-hmm. So that's what happened. So the shadow person died, but you realize the shadow person was actually, or no, sorry. The regular person died, but you realize the shadow person was the real person to begin with, the girl from the beginning. Yeah. And it's like, oh, it's supposed to be this moment like, holy shit, it's a real girl that was from the beginning. No one did it. They were just like, whatever. Yeah, everyone's just like, yeah.
I mean, you're getting the reaction the entire theater had. Very lukewarm, very disappointing. So, like I said, I went in with no expectations. He went in with high expectations, and both of us came out disappointed. So I think that kind of sums up this movie. It's definitely disappointing, but it's still worth watching. I think that's
it's like really sums it up. Yeah, I want to talk about it a little bit more though. Right, just to kind of finish that note. Sum it up. Just to finish that note was that when I was coming out of the theater, I was asking some people like, "Hey, what'd you guys think of it? What'd you think of it?" Well, when I came out of the bathroom and I asked another group of people when we weren't there, they said, one guy said, and he made a really good point. He goes, it doesn't make sense why she was the shadow person the whole time, because she was a good mother the whole time. Yeah. She was really nice. She didn't feel awkward the whole time. So it didn't make sense. It wasn't like a Sixth Sense thing where you're like, oh shit, Bruce Willis has been weird the whole fucking time. Exactly. And every single time, like, you connect those dots, it wasn't like that at all.
The dots didn't connect.
The dots didn't connect.
That's the main problem, I think. Yeah, probably
that's the biggest problem of the whole movie. The dots didn't connect, and it became contrived. It became something where it was supposed to be this big reveal, and it really wasn't. So, at the end of the day, it was a huge disappointment, a major letdown, but it's still worth watching.
Yeah, I mean,
that's worth watching, but it goes too long.
Yeah, you can see it's definitely reserved praise here. But I think when you watch these Twilight Zone type things, like, the key thing is the dots have to connect. Otherwise, it just comes off as extremely contrived, and that's really, I think that's the best description of this movie. If I was going to sum it up in one word, it'd be contrived. Yeah. Because it tried to go for, and the other thing is it tried. So most movies these days aren't even trying for something original, and that they're not trying for some type of over-the-top thematic, and they're not going for that Twilight Zone vibe. So I want people to keep making movies.
I wanted a bigger payoff where with the girl, it didn't happen. There wasn't a payoff, and then they try to split off every way. It was like, oh, there's an evil version of us, and it's like, all right, well, and then it didn't succeed in that regard, and it was just like by that time you're already kind of checked out. You're like, all right, well, I just kind of want to see what the twist is because I just want this movie to end. I felt like that. I'm like, I wanted this movie to end like 20 minutes before. I'm like, I can't wait for this movie to end. Like, hey, again, it's well made, well acted, and all that stuff, but like, I just want to see this twist. I know they're gonna get to a twist at some point, and then they did, and it was like, oh,
It didn't
okay.
pay off
And then I was like, oh, okay, well that's what it is. There's crazy people that are underground that are the same version of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, like again, like where Get Out was, that was a big ass twist. It was a huge twist, and it was like, oh shit, all this makes sense. All the dots are connected. Everything was well acted. Everything was well, again. You have to be able to compare these two films.
Well, the thing about these types of movies, it shouldn't be just about the twist. It's the journey is so engaging. Like even if Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Get Out, even if you take the twist out, like every second is so engaging and riveting, and you're at the edge of your seat the entire time. Like
it was interesting because it seemed like I was almost waiting for the movie to get going.
Yeah.
And then when it finally did, it was like, shit, this is what your guys are doing, like, to get it going?
Yeah.
Like, that's the feeling of it, like, because it established it a bit, but then it maybe could have established it a bit more, because, like, the first 30 minutes are stellar. Like, I was glued from the beginning, from the very start, like, the beginning as a little girl and all this stuff. And then then the family showed up, and I was like, oh, okay. So
I think obviously Jordan Peele, he's gonna be hosting the new Twilight Zone. Maybe he could take a version of this story and make it into a Twilight Zone episode in the new series.
It's not even that. I think he's done with this. I hope he's done with this.
He should be done with this. It wasn't interesting enough.
It wasn't. Again, it's not interesting. Like it wasn't interesting enough. It wasn't engaging enough. And then when they went when they went, because my whole thing was like, I thought my idea was, I thought the twist was gonna be, the girl had PTSD, because they talked about it before.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the girl had PTSD. She was imagining the whole thing, and then maybe she wakes up from a dream, or maybe she's like in a mental institution or something like interesting where it was something of her own mind. But then when it became a real thing, and then it became everyone.
Yeah, that's what made it much worse.
Everyone had clones of themselves, and it was just like, oh, okay, yeah, it was, it went way downhill really quick. And then they're like, oh, this is the Helping Hands Across America, which is supposed to be a charity. Now it's supposed to be some evil organization. It's like, all right, guys.
Yeah, no, and I guess as we're talking our way through this movie, I think the more we talk about it, the less we're liking it. I don't know if that's
again, I already didn't like. Look, I wanted to like this movie.
Yeah,
I wanted this film. I wanted to fucking love it. I thought that, this was my most anticipated movie of this year.
Yeah,
by far, not even close.
So
I can't name a single movie.
So.
I can't name a single movie I honestly can't. And so
I remember you were really, really excited about it.
I was super excited about it because I know what he's capable of. And again, again, it's well shot, it's well acted, everything on paper is good.
Yeah, it's definitely very professionally created.
Professionally created.
Production level is extremely high.
Super high, all that shit is great, but then the execution and the delivery of it and the storyline was like,
it's the story. The story is a disappointment. The acting's great, the production's great, but the story is very disappointing.
Anyway, on that note, I love you guys. That really sums it up. We talked about it for a good amount of time. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you love what we do, hit that subscribe button and subscribe for more videos. By the way, guys, sad news, Bachelor Party was taken off Amazon Prime. We might have some news for you guys coming up, so if you haven't seen the movie on Bachelor Party, which is my second movie, which we're judging Jordan Peele for his second movie, and where we should, hey, look, crucify me for my second movie. You're talking about the Bachelor Party. What were you gonna say? You were gonna say something.
No, nothing.
Exactly. So we're gonna get that second movie back up, but in the meantime, there's the movie Rideshare, a movie that I made. He was heavily influenced in.
Yeah, definitely check out Rideshare. It's on Amazon Prime.
It's on Amazon Prime. One Night, One Stranger, one hell of a ride, guys. Watch Rideshare on Amazon Prime. Please critique the hell out of my movie, and talk about it for 30 minutes, which is what we did for us. So overall. Again, I don't want to feel like we nailed Jordan Peele. I admire him tremendously. I think he's a super talented director, writer, producer, and everything. And I cannot wait to see what he comes out with next. This was a disappointment. I will say that, but I think he has way better in store next time.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I'm gonna give you the final note.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I went with where you're looking at two different points of view. He went in with high expectations. I went in with no expectations. And when you go in with no expectations, you're still disappointed. It probably wasn't a great
It's not a
film,
good
but
sign.
at the same time, it's worth watching. I was never completely bored, but when you're talking about sentiments like that for a filmmaker like Jordan Peele, obviously this is a major, major disappointment. But go check out Us this weekend and judge for yourself. Is this worth watching?
But check out Rideshare.
The motion picture on Amazon Prime.
Event of a lifetime. Check out Bachelor Party coming out soon. I guess I just exit this
Yeah.
now.